Hello and welcome to Drafting with Morgan from GatheringMagic.com. I'm Morgan and this is a Battle for Zendikar 8-4. We are waiting on a few more people to join the queue and then we'll get started, so I'll see you then. Alrighty. So we have a couple of options here, I guess. Not a lot. Nothing super spectacular. Woodland Wanderer is fine. It puts us pretty... well, not pretty hard into green, but it puts us pretty hard into Converge right away, which might be fine if like things like Skyride or Elfwheel, and to Drew Stalwart. Nettle Drone is better. Firemantle Mage is certainly better. I'm gonna take the Firemantle Mage. It can be pretty close to a Falter effect, even in a non-ally deck, so we're gonna see how that goes. Okay, Chasm Guide is another ally. Tunneling Geopeat is a solid landfall creature. I think Clutch of Currents is the best card in the pack, though. It leaves us open for a lot of different strategies, and yeah, it's just overall very strong. So we're gonna go ahead and take it. Well, there's another ally. We could cut hard into allies. There's also a Tide Drifter if we want to go more the blue route. There's notably like Incubator Drone to Drew Stalwart, Core Castigator, like those cards. I think Tide Drifter is slightly stronger than Core Entanglers, and since we already have the Clutch of Currents, picking up another blue card isn't something that I hate doing. So we're gonna go ahead and take the Tide Drifter here. Alright, another Incubator Drone here. We're just gonna take the Stonefury though. Stonefury is a solid removal spell, and it's still in red, which is nice. Nothing that I'm super interested in here. Retreat to Valakut's pretty interesting, but it's not great. Yeah, if the Stonefury wasn't in the pack, I could see potentially taking like Ondu Champion, but if the Stonefury wasn't in the pack, then we'd probably just take the Incubator Drone to stay blue and not worry so much about this Firemantle Mage. So there's a Prairie Stream. We could use it to splash something as a Gideon's Reproach here. There's also a Vestige of Emrakul and an Incubator Drone. Akum Stonewaker is fine. Not spectacular. Nothing super exciting about it. I think we just take the Vestige of Emrakul here and try to cut Devoid a little bit. I don't think people take Incubator Drone nearly as highly as they should be. We're actually going to go ahead and take Ondu Rising here. It's the best card in the pack by a mile. Alright, now here we have a choice between a Coral Home Guide, Oracle of Dust, and Valakut Predator. Valakut Predator is a pretty solid 3-drop in that it's just becomes a super aggressive creature right away. Oracle of Dust is fine. I think since we haven't really seen a lot of blue, I'd just like to take a Valakut Predator and hedge on the aggressive side of things. Having said that, yeah, I'll pick up a Slab Hammer. Slab Hammer is one of the cards I was most excited about going into this format. Whenever a equipped creature attacks, you may return a land you control to its owner's hand. If you do, the creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. It struck me as a pretty build-around heavy card, and with cards like Valakut Predator, which benefit from you having the ability to play a land each turn, and Vestige of Emrakul, which just has trample, it seems pretty good. Going along with that, I think I'm just going to take an Ondu Champion here. I'm actually going to take the Retreat to Valakut over like Goblin Warpaint or Territorial Baloth or something. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, choose one. Target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn, or target creature can't block. Pretty handy. Slab Hammer is pretty good with Looming Spires, because not only does your creature get the power toughness buff, but it also gets the first strike, which is pretty useful. I'm going to take a Belligerent Whiptail here. If... well, could take Earthen Arms. If we end up in the straight landfall deck, homie, we will want a bunch of 4/2s that get first strike. This deck really wants McKindy Slide Runners though. So, hey, I think I take the Rolling Thunder over the Guardian of Tazim. Like, that seems like something our deck wants. We're passing a couple of good Devoid cards, but I think we're more on the aggro plan now. It might not even be blue. It really depends on what we see here. Vile Aggregate is a sweet card. Again, with Slab Hammer, it's another Trampley guy. Well, we have a Kozilek Sentinel here, which is great for this deck because it's a 2-drop. Incubator Drone, not really interested in that in our 4-drop slot right now. Rune Processor is fine. Brood Monitor, worth mentioning just because it puts a lot of guys on the battlefield for Vile Aggregate, but I'm pretty easily going to take the Kozilek Sentinel here. So I could take Sledgecrawler, but I think I just want a Nettle Drone. There's also a Looming Spires in this pack, also worth noting. Basically mono red. Let's try it out. Alright, I'll take a Herald of Kozilek, I guess. Skyline Cascade is fine too. Encircling Fisher's sweet, but yeah, we'll take another Devoid card. Hopefully we won't have to play these Belligerent Whiptails. I'm gonna take another Stonefury over a Merc Strider and a Sledgecrawler and a Boiling Earth. We don't really have ways to put creatures in the exile zone, or things in the exile zone, so we'd rather have a removal spell. Pretty easily taking a Slide Runner here, although I could see taking another Valakut Predator. I just want 2-drops in this deck. I'm not even sure about playing these blue spells. I mean, Wavewing Elemental does seem pretty good. There's also a Sure Strike, which is a fine combat trick, but I think I just want, like, some non-zero amount of fat. The kind of rough part about passing Guardian of Tazim is that it gives our opponent the, or not opponent, our neighbor, the impression that blue might be open. When, like, blue is the card that we have the most of, or not most of, but the secondary color that we have the most of. We just want Slide Runners, really. That's all we want. Slide Runners and Looming Spires. Speaking of... this deck, though. I'm gonna take a Lava Step Raider. I'm gonna be mildly satisfied with it. I'll take a Blighted Fen. That's foil, too. Might be worth something. JK. This Fortified Rampart is actually not very good for us. Everybody needs a Volcanic Upheaval. Everybody also needs a Lithomancer's Focus. Color. Deck is sweet. It probably wouldn't be very good without this Rolling Thunder. Even with the Rolling Thunder, it's a little suspect right now. We didn't even wheel the Looming Spires. So if we want that, we're gonna have to prioritize it, turns out. Seems silly. Alright, Touch of the Void. Pilgrim's Eye is fun too. Angelic Captain would be reasonable if we didn't have this Touch of the Void in the pack, I guess. Nettle Drone is fine, but yeah. We're just taking the Touch of the Void pretty easily. So I could see taking Herald, I could see taking Valakut Invoker, I could even see taking Goblin Warpaint at this point, but I wouldn't second pick it probably. I think we just want the Invoker as a way to finish out like really late game situations, and as a creature. Also, it's got the word Valakut on it, and we're drafting flavor deck. I'll take premium like Touch the Void, Rolling Thunder cards over just about anything in this format. I'd like one more like Valakut Predator type card. I'd like to be able to replace these Belligerent Whiptails, which probably won't happen. And I'm probably gonna have to either play these, or I could see white actually being a really good thing for us to do. Like, we could play this Felidar Sovereign, but I think we just take the Ruination Guide and go back to our original blue mana using configuration here. And suddenly we can get Belligerent Whiptails. See how that works? Alright, now I'd rather have Salvage Drone. Alrighty, I still don't have a lot of ways to put stuff in the exile zone, so Merc Strider, a lot worse than it could be. I think I'm just going to take an Adverse Conditions as a way to kind of push through the last couple bits of damage. I'm going to put that Lava Step Raider in the sideboard right now. For right now. In this deck, even though it feels like an aggro deck, quote-unquote aggro deck, we do want a lot of lands, because we do want to hit our land drops basically every turn. This might be good against us. This is a McKinney Slide Runner. Ooh, hey. I do like Kozilek Sentinels. We might have to start cutting McKinney Slide Runners, but until then, I'll take a Spell Shrivel and add it to the sideboard. We'll sideboard Spell Shrivel, excuse me, sideboard Spell Shrivel when it looks like our opponent is like playing towards some sort of really big finisher, for example, that Felidar Sovereign. Alright, so there's a Cloud Manta in this pack. There's also a Sandstone Bridge, which is fine with, like, the Slide Runners and stuff. I think I just want a flyer, though. Put the Ondu Champion in the board. Wow. I'm gonna take the Vestige. Can probably side out a lot of the McKinney Slide Runners now, because I just have so many, like, better cards. Still want Waving Elemental. Still want Slab Hammer. Wield the Herald. I do want to try this card out. I haven't played with it yet. So, worth noting. I mean, we'll put this in the sideboard. Do we need flyers? Meh. We can cast Slab Hammer for free with double Herald of Kozilek. Another reason that Slab Hammers are pretty appealing to me is because we have things like double Herald of Kozilek, where they're just so, they've got such big butts that it doesn't really matter. Incubator Drone going in the board. Mortuary Mire going to the sideboard. Didn't get a single Looming Spires, but we do have some removal spells, plus a Rolling Thunder, plus a Vile Aggregate, some Devoid cards. We kind of like snuck into Devoid. It would have been fun to play the mono red deck, but I think that playing blue is just a little bit stronger. Yeah. Well, we'll add another swamp. 7 and 11 seems fine. We do want double red some number of the time, so yeah. Alright, well, we'll see how it goes. It's not like the best Devoid deck I've seen, but it does have some of the like headliners, the Vile Aggregate, the Ruination guy, the Tide Drifter, plus some reach late game like in Rolling Thunder. So yeah. Alright, stay tuned because we are about to move on to round 1. Thanks for watching Drafting with Morgan. Make sure to click on the playlist link to watch the full draft, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It was a pleasure drafting with you, and I hope to see you in the next video.